Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Man. Pickens at least want 30 million. Oh, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe it?
It's like
There's a lot of people believe it.
Talk to you niggas for a second. Like, don't even raise nothing. Like, keep this shit right.
Shouldn't believe it, but I'm gonna talk about it.
When I say just for you, I mean like.
I'm gonna definitely talk about it. So yeah, man. Before we get into it, man, obviously we want to do the first things first. We'll talk about the sponsor. Go for a Hail Mary and Sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. Yeah. See, Sleeper is a daily fantasy sports mobile platform where users create entries by predicting if players will achieve more or less than their projected statistical totals. Sleeper has launched a new team's pick, and you can choose winners of each game. So yeah, man, y'all jump on that Sleeper. That's easy. I ain't gonna make no promises though. Be smart. Be smart. All right, man. So getting into this 30 million. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down, and I'm gonna go ahead and play what came out from the fan, and I'm gonna react to it because it's very interesting. So listen up. Make sure I got everything turned on right. Yeah, I do. Let's go.
The other interesting thing about George Pickens was, Calvin Watkins wrote last week that it's believed Pickens wants a contract of at least $30 million. So the narrative had kind of been building over the weekend that maybe that was all the Cowboys would have to do in order to get Pickens to sign on the dotted line.
Definitely been growing. Absolutely.
Yeah, but talking to people in the organization about that, they're going to visit with Pickens guys this week.
Yes, and I'm so glad Brian said that because it wouldn't have made no sense, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Like, to even think Pickens would accept an offer as low as 30 million, and then the reports was already coming out, even through Calvin, that David Mulugeta was going to start the talk. So why would he lowball himself?
And try and figure that out. They do not know the number. So
right.
Calvin might be getting this from somebody on the other side of the aisle. If that's the case, great. If that's what George Pickens wants, it makes it.
No way. No how. No way, no how. No way, no how is Calvin getting that from Pickens' side. No way, no how.
I think a little bit easier for the Cowboys to negotiate, but in asking people in the organization about it, I said, listen, is this got any legs to it? And they're like, hey, listen, we're going to talk to his guys this week. Mm-hmm. We have no idea the number that they're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought maybe Calvin was just writing that, like, we don't know what he wants, but you can bet it'll be at least 30 mil.
Yeah. I would hope, and maybe you need to reach out to Calvin and ask him that because, like I say, he could be getting that from the agent.
It's possible, too.
No way. Just no way. No way David doing that. That part I disagree with because that would be lowballing himself. So what they saying is it didn't come from inside. It must have came from over there. That's how they trying to reason it out. But it still ain't gonna just jive, right? So if I was to make an assumption, right? The way that it seemed like it's kind of carrying out this time is almost as if the $30 million number almost started growing legs of its own. It's like a lot of fans start kind of wishing and hoping and being a little bit premature and kind of not reading into the details enough. And so once it kind of catch on and then people start searching for it, then you go start seeing a lot of activity and talk about it. And I think somewhere when people was whispering in each other's ears about the 30 million, it got a little bit presumptive. Just being all the way honest, I think that's what happened on this one, because obviously we're gonna always be conscious of leaks that could happen from front office, because that's what they do, you know. And sometimes it's organic, sometimes it's not a leak. It's hard to discern, but we all keep our eye, we keep our eye open for that, But if it was coming from front office, then what they are doing is likely trying to lay the groundwork, right? They trying to lay the groundwork that when David does a counter proposal and they start talking this week, like Brian said is gonna happen. And y'all remember I did a show on that. I did a whole video on that where I was talking about, I got that. Yeah, I got it right here. No. Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, I did a whole show about that. Well, not a show, I did a video on it. It might have been live. Well, I was talking about talks is getting ready to start because they was already leaking. David Mulugeta's side, they was leaking, and they was already saying, yeah, he intends to talk to David. So David wouldn't trip up himself, right? He wouldn't go in to negotiations already offering up the lowest amount, and that amount is not even real. Let me let them finish.
If 30 will do it, that's exciting.
Exactly. If you tell me that this is going to be a $30 million deal, I think the Cowboys would be happy to say, listen, we can put this together. You can sign it right here in Indianapolis.
How many years you thinking there at 30?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
you want to go 4-120?
Yeah,
all right,
so
for real.
The other interesting thing about George Pickens was, Calvin Watkins wrote last week that it's believed Pickens wants a contract of at least $30 million. So the narrative had kind of been building over the weekend that maybe that was all the Cowboys.
Oh, so it was replaying. It was looping. My fault. So I already played all the clip. So let me give you what I definitely believe. I'm going to go ahead and turn on y'all comments where I can see what y'all saying in here. Yeah, give me 1 second. Turn everything on. I got all the comments on. So I got y'all comments where I can see now. So it's no way. I'm going to show you likely why it's absolutely no way he would do 30, 31, none of that. 32, 33. You starting with him likely. I'm gonna give you why. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna give you my personal belief on what I totally believe he gonna wanna put his foot down on. Pickens is gonna wanna put his foot down on DK Metcalf. That contract is personal. Just my common sense is talking to me. Some contracts are personal, right? So when you was basically ran out of town, right? Talked about as if you was the problem. It was mixed. It was a ton of Pittsburgh people that didn't like it, but it was more from what I was seeing that was happy to see him go. I was hearing a lot of stuff in the streets of cancer and, they're going to see Dallas just messed up. I was seeing a lot of that, right? So then obviously it played out. Pickens went with a dope quarterback, a guy that's an elevator. That was a dream marriage between the two. A dream marriage. Pickens, without Dak, was number one in the league in vertical balls. Number one. And he spiked when he was with Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson is also a great deep ball thrower like Dak. Like, even as he started to lose steam, that's one thing Russell Wilson still could do is put that ball downfield. And Pickens and him, when he started playing for Pittsburgh, that thing started rocking. It started boom, and Pickens took off, right? So Pickens got with another riser with Dak, and who's a better deep ball thrower, and that marriage was better than honestly any one of us dreamed of. Most of us knew he was gonna probably be good, and we knew that vertical connection was gonna be good, but it was way better than I expected, to be all the way honest. Like it's one thing to see number one in deep ball accuracy with Dak and then number one with Pickens, and imagine that marriage. It was another thing to see it, and that them boys downfield was deadly. They was clouded, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna never forget one of GP's dopest clips that was just G. It was one, and see, this is why I understand people want to box me. You know what I'm saying? I get the people that hate the conversation on Crosby. I get it, because he dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get one of the dopest thing Pickens did. It's when that dude caught that bomb downfield for 40 yards, and he dragged his toes and he caught it with one hand, and he barely didn't drag the one toe, and that boy got up and did the camera like this. I say, damn. I would say, boy, I almost had you, boy. Like, I'm dope like that. I'm like, look at all the stuff he did downfield. That boy Pickens caught that thing with one hand downfield, dragged two toes, almost got the other one down, and then just, I said, boy, that's a showman. So anyway, yeah, so that marriage was dope. So then, obviously, going back to DK, he gonna want that, y'all. Let's keep it real now. He gonna want to send a message to Pittsburgh. So never will I believe that GP would even consider 30. The absolute bottom is DK. I don't care what the tag is. I don't care none of that. Yeah, he is gonna want to. It's personal. So y'all remember when Dak talked about the first contract? What did he say? He said the first contract was personal. Well, what made it personal, Dak? I thought it was just money. Why was your feeling involved? You know what? Because Wentz got paid and he had a 4-year contract, and Dallas was offering Dak less average per year and less guarantee. And Wentz was injury prone and was coming off back surgery and got all of that from Philly. So Dak was like, I ain't doing no 5. I ain't doing definitely less on guarantee. And y'all definitely tripping coming at me with an APY of what they was coming with. And see, that's around the time the Cowboys was leaking out. Dak turned down $33 million. Dak turned down $34 million. But they kept leaving off that the Cowboys is having an extra year on his contract, a 5-year. And it was less guaranteed. And they was leaving that out. So the fans was like, man, Dak ain't worth 33. Dak ain't worth 32. Dak. And they were hating. Yeah, it was loud. The fans were like, he ain't worth that. He greedy ass Dak. Yeah. So it's going to be personal. So a couple of numbers that's going to have to be surpassed, in my opinion. Y'all tell me if I think I'm tripping. 33 right here, the average per year. I think that's going to have to be surpassed right here. You can't do a 5-year. He not going to be for that. And you definitely going to have to surpass in the total guarantee. He going to want every one of them numbers over DK. So to me, that's the floor. Period. So I'm trying to explain why when people see me on Twitter and I see rumors of that he'd accept $30 million, and you'll see me laughing, That's what I'm laughing at. Like, he ain't taking that. That's why I be having them laughing emojis. Like, bro, he's not going for that. He's not. You know, it's going to be personal. Now, it's another reason why I can tell you for sure that this thing is finna get crazy, likely. And it's going to really be up to Pickens, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all why. It's going to be up to Pickens. And see, right now, I'm going to be all the way honest. I'm not liking the signs that I'm and the signals that I'm seeing, because if he's standing lockstep with his agent, that mean this thing finna get nasty. Okay? I'm just trying to get y'all ready for this, because it's a lot of people, they just not keeping up with this, so they think that $30 million rumor is possible. So they over here like, oh man, if he would sign that, do it now. Like, it's like, bro, don't even put that into your imagination. He ain't doing it. If he's standing lockstep with his agent, he is not. Okay? I'm gonna show you why. Okay. What's up, Lisa? It's because David Mulugheta is a beast. Okay? So I'm gonna show you this today. So he said, what? Okay. I know you setting yourself up for disappointment, sir. My boy said, he say, boss, GP ain't petty like you. He good with 30. Hey, listen, if he take 30, bro, that would be the steal of a lifetime. He not doing it. He not. And the main reason he not doing it, because he been sending signals that he's already lockstep with Mulugheta. You know what I'm saying? He been sending signals with it. So, but let's talk through this. Let's just talk through it. If he's standing lockstep with Mulugheta, I want to kind of show you what type of dudes you're dealing with when you're dealing with Mulugheta. Okay. So Mulugheta did the Derek Stingley deal. Okay. And I want you to understand how cutthroat this deal was to the Texans. And I'm going to show you. All right. I'm going to show you. I'm gonna live up to my name. The top has been blown off. Look at these words. The top has been blown off the DB market. Sources say Texans Cowboys Derek Stingley Jr. is the NFL's new highest paid DB. Stingley has agreed to terms on a 3-year, $90 million, $30 million per year. The deal done by David Mulugheta of Athletes First includes a whopping, look at these words, $89 million guaranteed. That boy David Mulugheta slapped the Texans with the trifecta. First, he got Stingley a 3-year, which is super dope, because that means he gets to go right back into the market in 3 years with a rising cap. So the cap goes up by about $25 million per year. So 2 years from now, because this was last year, so just in 2 more years, Stingley goes right back and say, pay me again. So first David smacked him with that. Phew! Then let me show you how hard this smack was. See, people got to know this. I'm going to show you the trend, bro. Listen, I don't just talk I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a clear trend. Let's just start at the bottom. So if we look at, let me get my head out the way. If we look at Jalen, I'm gonna go 10 corners down so y'all can see the trend. I'm gonna go more than 10. Let's start with Carlton Davis. So when Carlton Davis at the very bottom, right here, Carlton Davis, when he set the market, let me see if I can do something real quick. Try some. Yeah. So when Carlton Davis set the market, he was 18 million. Then after him, it was 19 million. Did it go up a lot? It went up by $1 million. Then after him, it barely surpassed the previous guy by only 100,000. Then when it went to Tyson and he was the highest paid, it only went up another 25,000. Look, because the agents, what they're trying to do is just barely surpass the previous guy, because that's all they want. They want their name in the headlines for setting the market, and that's how they recruit. Okay, so you go see this trend over and over and over and over again. So Marshawn Lattimore only went up a little bit when he got his, when he set the market. Then Marlon Humphreys only went up by 100,000 when he set the market. Then Denzel Ward only went up by 200,000 when he set the market. Then AJ Terrell only went up by about 100,000 or 150,000 when he set the market. Then you had Deron Bland. He only went up by 2 million when he set the market. Are y'all seeing a trend? Am I making this up? I'm just trying to see if y'all think I'm bullshitting you. If y'all think I'm bullshitting you, like, is the trend clear? Okay, let's keep going. So Patrick Surtain, that's all pro. That's defensive player of the year. That's the dude. That's the bona fide best. He got 24 million and only 150,000 more than the previous guy. Then Jalen Ramsey, older, barely surpassed the previous guy. Then JC Horn only was 900,000, and Dennis Stingley, a whopping $5 million over the previous guy. Who the whole trend up? Who just... The trend is like that pretty much, Jason, for all positions. This happens in the league. This is league wide. We can do this with every position. This ain't just unique to DBs. Wide receivers, the same thing, because it's the agents that's doing this. It's not a position that's different. They do this at quarterback. They do this everywhere. Where, yes, Mahomes is not as good as Kyler Murray, but guess what? When it was Kyler Murray up next, his contract surpassed even the guy who had multiple Super Bowls. You had another guy that hardly even making the playoffs, but he was the franchise quarterback of that team, and the agent representing him just wanted to barely surpass the previous guy, which is Mahomes. And it's also the value of that quarterback to that franchise. So those agents ain't going in there debating accolades. They not going in there. I'll do another one on D, Tyrone Church. I'll do one on D. But I want y'all to see the significance of somebody and how much of a show off David is. Yeah, well, it surpassed them in APY. It did. They just want anything, D.A. Lee. They want any, because if you surpass any contract on anything, you can put that on your headlines. So even if the guarantee is less, but the APY is more, They go still put it on the headlines. My player surpassed the previous guy all time. Yeah, highest paid. They don't care which one it is. It can be the total guarantee. It can be the total contract. It don't matter. So the total contract, Dallas used to be able to say this, and Dallas did this on every contract. Dallas literally did this on every contract. I know it's not value, but it's title. It's not about the value, it's the title. They just want the title. They just want the title. They want any title of most, highest. Any title, they're going to take it. So Dallas always had long-term contracts. So with the long-term contracts, what they was able to do is they was able to throw in that title of highest paid, but they wasn't telling the whole truth. They weren't telling the truth that it was more years to be able to put in more of the averages, more of the guarantees. So because it was a longer contract, it made them seem like they was we just made Tyron Smith the highest of all time. Yeah, I know it's just the wording, and that's all they want. That's my point. So that's why I'm saying they're chasing anything on that sheet, anything. So like anything on that sheet, any one of these, total value, average year, the total guarantee, any one of those, they surpass the previous guy, they go take it. But what you clearly see what they was doing is they was aiming for the headline number. What's the headline number that everybody talk about, y'all? Do people talk about, do they really get into the weeds and say, oh man, shoot, he got the most guarantee? No. Everybody talks in shortcuts, don't they? What's the shortcuts that most people talk about? Mr. $40 million quarterback. Where have we heard that? When they was referring to Dak Prescott and his average per year. But was that his real money? No, it was in the guarantee. The average is not the real money, but the headline is grabbed by the average per year. Therefore, the agent is going to be trying to bump that up. And that's what you keep seeing in this trend. But the key point is I'm trying to show you why we should be cautious of what's being thrown out there. We should be cautious of what's being thrown out there. So what they throwing out there is he'll take at least $30 million. It's a whole lot of evidence saying that that's likely not going to happen. Not even close to that. So the absolute floor is 33.1. Because that's only 100,000 over DK. He's going to want to surpass DK. So I'm just giving everybody the truth on that. And then this is the key part that I saved to the end. The key part to understand is this really depends on Pickens. So with Pickens, it's going to really depend on what does he want in terms of his career. And what does he want in terms of his finances? Because he has a road in front of him. He has a choice, right? So he has a choice. So in his choice, Pickens can do one or two things. He can say, I want to stay with Dallas. I want to stay with Dak. I had a dope time here. I believe me playing for the Cowboys and playing with Dak revitalized my career, revitalized my name, and put me in an opportunity to be able to make that money. So I'm going to just give them a discount. I'm not going to go for max like I could get. I'm going to give them a deal. You have to surpass DK, and you got to put me in the range of Chase. So then that'll be around 38, 39. That's what they would be looking at, 38, 39. Okay, so now let me go to the receivers' money. Let's look at the receivers. Yeah. So let me see. All right. Let me pull this up, y'all. Receiver over the cap. Now, y'all better be careful. I see some of y'all talking about y'all rocking with some of these other content creators. You better make sure them boys show they work. Because I show my work. So I'm rocking with such and such. Hey, that's cool. Did he show his work? Because I'm showing y'all like, shit, I don't know no other content creators doing this. All right. So let's see if I'm bullshitting on what I was saying, because I said every market works like this, right? Let's see if I was bullshitting or was I showing my work? Because I'm a content creator that show my work. I ain't gonna just turn on the mic, placate to you and tell you what you want to hear. And he gonna take 30 million. I think Pickens is gonna do that. It's a lot of panderers out here, bro. It's a lot of panderers. You gotta be able to sit back and say, damn, I respect this guy because he's showing me. He's not just telling me. He's showing me. Like yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see if it's the same. Because if such and such show his work, let's see if it matches the facts. So what did I say happens in every market? In every market, they are trying to barely surpass the previous guy. And you see that same thing that happened in the cornerback market happening in the receiver market. Jaden Waddle. Let's go through it. 28 million. Okay. This was Jalen Waddle. He 28 million. Then it was T. Higgins. He barely surpassed the previous guy. Like I said, that's what continues to happen. Terry McLaurin barely surpassed the previous guy on the average year. Brandon Ayuk barely surpassed the previous guy. Like, it was barely, literally by most of these. So we trying to get a picture of now. The key thing that people got to look for is talent differences, right? Talent differences. So if you trying to figure out, right? If you trying to figure out, because a lot of people saying the rumors are JSN is getting ready to try to surpass Chase, right? So if JSN is getting ready to try to surpass Chase, that means that this is getting ready to follow the normal trends of the NFL surpassing the previous guy, especially in APY. So average per year, the average per year. So if that happens, that would also mean that Pickens is going to likely be definitely above Justin Jefferson. Because it's also, when did Justin Jefferson do his contract? Let me go to that. Because this is important. Because when you go see, when did Justin Jefferson sign his contract? So hold on. When did Justin Jefferson? Yeah, here we go. Right here. All right. So this is the key right here. This is the key. See, because a lot of people, this is where they'll make their mistake in their math and their projections. They'll say, well, he's not as good as Justin Jefferson, so he shouldn't be able to command the type of money that Justin Jefferson can command, right? That's the assumption that they make. But the key thing is the date in which he signed this contract. So we see the date is June 3rd, 2024. Why is that important? Because the contract that he signed was at the time of that year's cap. So what we got to do is say, okay, what was, and I'm typing this now, what was the NFL cap in 2024? Okay, boom. So then when you see what the 2024 cap is, wow, it was 255 million. So that means when Justin Jefferson signed his contract, he signed his contract according to that year's cap. So this is how you figure out proper market value. Okay, we finna do the math right in your face. Okay, so what you got to do is get your calculator. And you got to take that 35 million and you divide it by the 255 million. So when I do that, Justin Jefferson took up right at 14% of the cap. So 1.3. Okay. Or we can say 1.4. So let's keep that number right there because we're going to come back to it. All right. So this is how you calculate market value. Okay. So now what we got to do is say, what is the projected cap of 2024? Okay. What is the projected? Well, I'm giving y'all some game. Now, what you go see is a big jump in the cap. So it went from 255, it's projected to be 305. So now we got to go back to our calculator. Now, and this is how you determine what's fair for Pickens. So if you say 0.137, basically saying he equals Jefferson, right? Times the projected cap now, that would be $41 million in. So basically, if Jefferson took that same deal but signed it now, it would be $41 million. Do y'all understand that? Or do I need to say that again? Because at the time when he signed it, the cap was 255. So the percentage of when he signed it, his average per year was that 13.7. So now you say, okay, if he signed that same deal in 2026 with this new projected cap amount, that 13.7 will be $41 million. So that's how you can compare players now and project what they should be worth with a 2-year jump in the cap. Now, I'm a finance major too, bro. I just want to let y'all know that. I graduated summa cum laude in finance, bro. So this is my thing. I do this. Like, this is my thing. Okay. This is, and see, do y'all remember I did this for Micah Parsons last year? Do y'all remember? Tyrone Church, you remember I did this? People thought I was lying when I said that Micah Parsons, according to the market value, when you compare him to his peers, right? When you compare him to his peers, I told people it's gonna be around $45 million, and I said anything less than that is a deal. Where did Micah Parsons end up signing? Yeah, they say that's if you say Pickens is the number one receiver. So we now, yeah, didn't I say that, dear Lee? I said it's $45 million because I compared it to his peers, and I did the percentage of the caps when they signed it. So if Jefferson signed that same deal, it would be $41 million. That's why people believe in him taking 36, 37, or 38. Any of that is a deal based on the new cap because it grew. See, that's why your smart agents give you 3-year contracts. They let you get back into the market. And Micah, right, D.A. Lee. See, D.A. Lee was in the show. And Micah got 46.5. So I was $1 million off on my projections. I was only $1 million off on what I said. If he went to the market, that's what he would be worth. And that's right at what Micah got. But what a lot of people didn't know is that Dallas was ready to give Dallas $42 million on the final offer. People didn't know that. And the cap hits on Micah was extremely low. See, people don't want to talk about that, but that's the truth. That's the truth. So now, you know a better one to do? You know, let me do it like this. This is go really solidified. Whatever. Y'all know the word. Y'all know the word. Let me ask you a question. So, you know, because a lot of people like to think this works by kind of like, you know, they think it worked like, oh, he's no JSN. See, they think it worked like that. It's not. It's really when them agents go in there and they negotiate, they not negotiating. Oh, JSN got a Super Bowl and he was the offensive. Yeah, that got something to do with it. They go put up your accolades. But the most important thing they gonna talk about is the return on investment that player is generating for you, the owner. That's why he was able to boost Stingley up like that. The way that he was able to boost Stingley up like that and just boost him, like have him to where he getting this massive guarantee and this short-term contract, just hitting all the trifectas. The way that he was able to do that is David Mulugeta went in there and was like, listen, say, man, y'all making a boatload on Stingley. I'm looking at your jersey sales. I'm looking at all the advertisements you getting. He's on all the billboards throughout the city. You know, y'all selling all kind of merchandise sales. Everything that went up, you know, up. Yeah. Stingley is bringing y'all a boatload. See, that's what he went in there with. See, y'all think he went in there like he had 4 interceptions and the other guy only had 6. No. They talk about that, but that ain't them. And see, that's why if we want to be real, let's ask the question like this. Who makes their team more money? Pickens or JSN? I need to turn that down and ask that question again. Who makes their team more money? Pickens, and consider the publicity too. Consider the publicity. Everybody say, bro was smashing that soliloquy. Boy, I was butchering that. Boy, I was boy that soliloquy was kicking my ass. It was. It was. Pickens is making Dallas a boatload just on publicity, just on controversy, man. And yeah, and David would go in there with that. So, but hold on real quick. And my boy say, hey, Tyrone Church, ooh, you been messy. Hey, D.A. Lee, you see me down on that soliloquy? Boy, I was dying. Hey, I'm from the South, bro. We don't talk good with words like soliloquy. That don't sound right to a Southern tongue. Soliloquy. Man, get that, man. Some words we need to stay away from when you're a Southerner. Soliloquy. Can you imagine landlord saying soliloquy? Or Henny? Ooh, we would be dead. I can't imagine my Alabama homer talking about soliloquy. All right. So check this out. He say, so my boy said he better than JSN. So check this out. I'm gonna ask you a question. Now I'm finna get messy. I'm finna get messy like Tyrone Church. Who is better out of Pickens and CeeDee Lamb? because we finna take this to the money. I know I'm butchering words. Soliloquy. Get your soliloquy looking ass out. The soliloquy looking ass, boy. Stop talking, Southerner. Now, y'all got to answer this question, though, so I can do my math in front of y'all. So Gas Blunt said Pickens. So who better? Are they close? Okay. All right. We want to say take it easy on my back.
Take it easy on my back.
All right. Pickens. Hold on real quick. Wait. I'm just showing y'all what y'all saying. I'm just show you what y'all saying. Look, ooh, my boy Noon say CD. My boy say Pickens hands down. The boy say, man, you being weak. You got to answer the question, Trip. You got to answer the question, bro. You can't dodge. We don't do no dodging up in here. You got to answer, Trip. My boy say sorry Pickens. Durrell say Pickens. Ooh, Jason holding down Facebook said Pickens. Ooh, it's dirty. I told you this was a messy ass question, bro. This was messy. My bro Curtis in the house, he said CD. He did more or less. We got some CD boys coming on back. CD trying to come on back with it. I see the CD boys. And then he say Jerry not trading 88. I know. He's so weak. Then somebody said CD to me. Yeah, CD making a comeback. I like that. Somebody say CD is better. Pickens has that higher ceiling. Ooh, take it easy. Ooh.
Take it easy on my back.
Ooh. And then hold on. Kobe say Pickens. Ooh. Yeah, it's starting to even out now. No, you got to make a choice. Oh, no. Okay, I like that. Reggie, I'm going to stay with that. Reggie, I'm going to stay with that. We go do the money on that. I'm glad you said that. And then my boy Lavelle said Pickens. And then my boy Sneed says CD. Ooh, I started a civil war. I like civil wars. And then my boy, he said CD brings in more money. Ooh, he been paying attention to the homework assignment. And my brother said, CD fam. Ooh. All right, so let's do some math. It's time to get messy. All right, let's get messy now. So CD Lamb, on average, got 34 million. Okay. So let's do it. He on average. I should drop a poll. I'll drop a poll. Somebody say, GP, y'all still voting. The vote's still going. Damn, that vote got y'all going. I like this. All right, check this out. So let's do the math again. We finna do this math again. This is exactly how to calculate market values and what's fair for a particular player, okay? So we got to ask the same question we did before. When did CD Lamb, and I know it was the same year as Jefferson, but I'm going to ask it anyway, okay, just so we can see the process. When did CD Lamb get his contract? Boom. So it's going to be the same year, right? Boom. So when did CD Lamb get his contract, right? It was August 26, 2024. Now, let's also talk about something that's also sad. Let's just be 100, okay? CD was literally paid in August right before the season started. Remember, he was holding out. Serious teams do it more so like Minnesota. They did it much earlier. Okay, much earlier, so he can go ahead and get an account. You see the difference? Yeah, I'll let you call in, bro. So So basically the big thing is that they both got signed in the same year. Okay. 2024. Right? So let's just review this again. When did Jefferson get signed? 2024. When did CeeDee Lamb get signed? 2024. That means both of them was under the same cap, the 2024 cap. So then we go back to the question, what was the cap in 2024? It was 255. Now let's do the math. Calculators up. Wow. Okay. So now that we got the calculator up, we say, what is 34 million, which was CeeDee Lamb's average per year, divided by 255. Then that's 13% of that year's cap. So now the question is, based on the question we asked y'all before, who is better? If you say it, and if we went by the assumption you pay the guy based on who's better, for everybody that said Pickens is better, right, or equal, that would mean we would have to take that 13% times the new cap amount to see what's fair according to today's cap. So when we do that, we got to take that 13% by the projected new cap of 305. So let's do the math. 13% times 305 million of the total cap. Because remember, CeeDee Lamb took up 13% of the cap. His average per year took up around 13% of the cap of the 2024 year. So that would mean to even be equal to CeeDee Lamb is $40 million. So for everybody said more than CeeDee Lamb. So for everybody that said he's better than CeeDee Lamb, that would also mean you should understand why he should be commanding more than $40 million. This is the correct market value for Pickens. This is why I laugh when I see 30 million and he's going to take that. He's not going to take that. He is and should want a minimum of 40 million. And if he takes a dime less, it is already extremely team friendly. So even if you said, let's play with the numbers. Can we play with the numbers a little bit? Nah, bro, I guarantee this is wrong what you just said. And I'm not trying to call you out, bro. I don't do people like that. That ain't my style. We just talking. He said, I think 30 million is what other teams are willing to pay. No. If you send Pickens out into the market, this number is going to jump. Because remember, they will be competing for him. They will be outbidding each other for him. This is why they tag players to prevent them from hitting the market. Because it runs their price up when you let them out there into the open market. So teams would already know the starting part is 40. This is also why it is certain that JSN is going to be coming in there like, you have to pay me more than Chase. Because they not just looking at the average per year. They're looking at the time in which these players sign these contracts. So if you signed a $40 million contract, but it was 2 years ago, yesterday's price is not today's price. So, so when I'm watching the streets and I see Pickens at least 30 million. Yeah, and see, my boy Paul came in. He said, "See, and this is why doing this math is important." He said, "To me, GP is on Chase level, but I wouldn't pay him $40 million." So, Paul, is he on CD level? Because if he on CD level, $40 million today was $34 million basically 2 years ago, according to the new cap. I'm going to say that again. So he said Lamb is right with those guys. He's getting under 40. Yeah. So that's why I had to calculate what Lamb contract would be worth today. So that's why you got to do it the way that I did it. So when you do it based on when he signed it. So remember, CeeDee Lamb, when he signed his contract, it was 13% of that year's cap. So if you say, if any one of us say that CeeDee Lamb is equal or better, then that means Pickens should be 13% of this year's cap. The problem though is this year's cap is $305 million. So 13% of $305 million is 40. So if we look at it like he's not Chase, we not measuring it right, because it's when Chase signed his contract is key, not just the 40 million. Because you have to compare the money and the timing of the money. So I'm just trying to explain this, and this is exactly why I hit almost on the nail what Micah Parsons is worth. And because what I did the same thing last year. I pulled up Bosa. I pulled up TJ Watt, Myles Garrett. I pulled up 4 contracts, and I showed how all of them and where they were in terms of percentages of the cap when they signed it, right? And then I would ask people, is he 14%? If Myles Garrett is 15%, would you say Myles, or would you say Micah is 14%? Or equal to him on talent? Most people say, all right, let's put him a little bit under. So then you put him a little bit under at 14%, take it by, which was last year's cap, because that's when Micah was trying to get paid. And it came out to $45 million. And somebody say, Jerry ain't paying that 5. Hence, potential problem. So this is what I mean by potential problem. It all depends on Pickens, y'all. It really. So if Pickens say, hey, listen, man, I want to be a Cowboy. I ain't trying to blow up the bank. I ain't trying to hurt the team. Listen, just give me $39 million and let's rock. That's higher than DK. That looks like it's more than CD when it's not. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? That it looks like it's higher than CD, but actually CD at the time when he signed it would still be higher in terms of the percentage of the cap that he took up. So if Pickens take anything under 40, it's a deal. And I think you're right, bro. I think you're right, what you just said. I think GP wants that bag. I think he does too. This is what I think, and this is why I'm rocking with you, Debo. Because, and it can go the opposite. I'm going to give 2 scenarios it can go. It's 2 ways it can go. When you look at the trend of people who run to Jerry's and them table, those are usually people who went through some type of tragedy. Hear me out. Hear me out. The people who sprint to Jerry's table for a deal are usually the people who almost lost something before. Perfect example. La'el Collins was super team friendly. He did a 6-year deal, right? And he skipped a lot of players to do so. Jalen Smith did the same thing. But remember what happened. La'el Collins, remember, he was accused of murder. He was accused of the M word, right? And when he was accused, it messed up his first round draft status. So he had to go in a supplemental draft or something like that where he was able to choose the team he wanted to go, and he chose Dallas. But he lost millions off an accusation. So when it was time, I heard Steven today. I heard him. So when it was, I'm gonna do some content on it. I just got to get past this situation. I got a test coming up. So when I get past that test, I'm gonna react to Steven. But so then when it was his time to get paid, he wasn't holding like boys who really didn't have like a bunch of controversy. You know what I mean? So like for instance, CeeDee Lamb, it's always been kind of up for him. Think about it, right? Great career in high school. Go to OU, dope as hell. Then you one of the top people featured coming into the league, right? They already looking at you like a phenom and a sure top 10 coming. So your name always been hot. Then you get drafted to the Dallas Cowboys and you hot. You hot year 1, you're hot year 2, you're hot year 3, you're hot year 4. So somebody like that, they gonna be like, bitch, pay me. Cause I've always been hot. Somebody like Zeke, right? Super dope in high school, go to a super dope school, Ohio State. Now you one of the top draft guys. You super marketed going into the league. You get drafted top 5. You go to the Dallas Cowboys, and now you rock them. So guess what he did? Pay me? I always been dope. Pickens' story a little bit different. His story kind of Lyle Collins, Jalen Smith. So it's going to make him do one or two things. He might say, listen, I'm going to be grateful. And I'm going to just say, listen, I'm going to just take that money. I ain't finna be with the sneak dissing and the going back and forth with Jerry. I ain't finna have this drag out like what happened with Micah. I'm going to go to the table myself and say, listen, give me 38, give me 37. Make me higher than DK and we can rock out. You talk to me directly. I didn't funnel you to my agent. You know, we didn't get messy. We kept it gentleman style and I went to you. So if he does that because he went through a Jalen Smith type of where his name, you know what I'm saying, where he saw a time where he could have been the guy that missed out on where he is now. Let's say if he didn't have Dak, he could be thinking like, damn, bro, I could have missed out on all these millions. So I'm not finna play with millions. Let's go just get it. He could do that. Or he could be like, bruh, it can go the other way where he could say, shit, bro, I might not ever be this hot again. And if that's the case, he go fight for his bag. And if he like, bro, David, just go do your work. I don't care how messy it get. I don't care if we got to then after a certain time say I want to be traded out of Dallas just to kind of get me out of here. If I need to piss off Jerry and stump some toes and slap some babies and do some stuff to agitate Jerry, I'll do it. So that I can get up out of here. So I can go ahead and go into the free market. So then we can do a sign and trade to a team I want to go out. So that's why I'm telling y'all, we won't know honestly and start getting clues into next week. That's when we go get clues because it's a couple of clues to look for. Start looking for the first scary clue will be silence. That's a scary clue. Because remember David Mulugeta's supposed to be talking this week. So if Jerry and David talk and nobody's saying nothing, that's bad. It's also bad if they didn't talk, because that likely means Jerry avoided him and didn't want to talk because he wants to avoid the agents because he gets a better deal when he's able to speak to the players directly, which means this thing is going to get nasty because they go try to draw him to the table. They go try to stress him out. That's what they do. That's the Cowboys way. They go start having leaks about him. They go start making it very uncomfortable. You go probably start seeing some stuff come out the closet. Just think about the stuff that was happening with Dez. You start hearing about an alleged film, a video of a Walmart incident and all of this kind of stuff. Just right, perfectly timed for contract. Just like all of a sudden, Dak's accuser just show up when it's time for him to get paid. Y'all don't remember that? Dak accuser, just some accuser from a strip club when he was a rookie. Oh, y'all don't remember that? And then they show up to the fan. Hey, I got this story about Dak Prescott. I got this story. And so where Dak is trying to avoid Dallas, now he guess what he has to do. Now he has to go talk to Jerry and Steven. Hey, man, my name out here. I just want to let y'all know I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Yeah, man, we know. Hey, matter of fact, we already got our attorneys on it. I'm just giving you some hypotheticals. We already got our attorneys on it. Yeah, we already, yeah. And matter of fact, you know, we go take care of you on that. And since we take care of you, are you going to take care of us on that contract? Since you're here. Micah, say, I want to have a leadership discussion with you, man. Come on up to the office real quick because, you know, we want to make sure we're on the same page with all our leaders. Come on up to the office and we go talk. Michael take his ass up there and, you know. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Hey, Jerry, we want to talk about some leadership things. Hey, man, yeah, man. We really want you to be a Cowboy for life, and we see you as a pivotal part of the future. Since you're here, but since you're here, you know, that agent, I don't really like to do business like that, man. Like, I'm the type of man that like to do business face to face. You know, I'm a handshake guy. I don't like it when people try to put me in the middle when you smart enough to do business on your own. Like, we not talking hard money. We talking about what you want? What you thinking? 35, 36, Micah? Come on, man. Listen, we ain't got to do all that, bro. Since you're here. hey, yeah. Say, and see, people gotta. Why do you think these players don't go to camp? Yeah, you feel me on that DA lane? Since you're here, you know what I'm saying? You know they hit him with that. Since you're here, let's, you know, shit, why we gotta talk to fucking agent, man? We don't need his ass, bro. I don't do all that. I don't do business like that. I'm Jerry. Listen, man, listen. Whenever somebody try to put a middleman in front of me, that just sours my relationship with that person. Because it's almost like you say, they start putting that pressure on them boys. See, imagine if you Pickens talking to Jerry and he over there. Hey, man, listen, man, you already saw. Can you imagine Pickens sitting in the office of Jerry over here like, listen, you saw what happened between Micah, me and David. Let's not let that happen. Ooh, a silent threat. He'll give that boy a nice old silent threat. Hey, listen, you saw what happened. You know, because these negotiations, man, they can get ugly. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want us to go through that. I don't. I don't want us to go through that, Pickens. I want you here. So let's just listen. Since you're here, D.A. Lee, since you're here, let's just go ahead and just at least let's talk about some of the generic parts, you know, because at least if me and you can get on the same page, you know, because at the end of the day, we dealing with millions. I'm ready to write the check, you know, but I listen. I'm in my 80s. I've been doing this a long time. And listen, it's so many middlemen that has destroyed deals. It's been so many middlemen that has destroyed. So So listen, you just kind of give me a range of what you're thinking. Do you want to be at least above CeeDee Lamb? Yeah, I want to be above CeeDee Lamb. That's fair to you. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. I'll make you above CeeDee Lamb. See, now me and you, now we've all done the numbers, right? So we know it should be 40. But what Jerry tried to do, he tried to get his ass for 35. You feel me? That's what Jerry do. He tried to get it. This is why he like to talk to them directly. Yeah, you want to be better than CeeDee. you listen, if you want to be better than CeeDee, since you're here. Since you're here, listen, let's go ahead and do this thing now. Let's do it for 35. We will also give you a bigger guarantee. And you know what? Let's just make it for 5 years. That sounds okay to me. But my agent is not here. Yeah, listen, you know, if you feel comfortable with what I said, because you want to be better than CeeDee. I made you better than CeeDee. That's what you wanted, right? Yep. Well, I made you an offer better than CeeDee. So take the 35. It's a good deal. We go call your agent and he'll just draw it up. But he never advised me on this. We got the preliminary numbers down. Like, listen, see, because that's why I don't like to deal with them. They like to muddy up everything. And listen, we're doing good as men. Look, we already right at the final part of talking millions. You already right now above CeeDee Lamb. That's what you wanted. Yeah, well, yeah. And with you being paid more than CeeDee Lamb, that would also make you the new number one. The number one, sir? The number one, sir? Yeah, you would be our new number one with a new contract. So you saying, sir, you're gonna pay me more? Yeah. I'm gonna pay you more, and I'm gonna make you the new number one. We just need to do this for about $35 million. Well, that don't sound bad to me. And then all of a sudden, he done robbed you for $5 million per year.
What the fuck is that?
Man. My boy say, GPA ain't going, boss, from here. 205 treats would not fly. Say, listen, bro. So anyway, I wanted to do this show, bro. And I did promise one of the homies I was gonna open up my phone line, but I left my other phone that I do that with, upstairs. So I can't do the phones today. But I wanted to make sure that people kind of really understood how the money worked. And I'm gonna probably do a part 2 of this. Cause see, I want to first talk about how to calculate the real value of a player, which I did transparently, openly. I showed my work, pulled out the calculator, pulled out the Google, pulled out everything to really show you that this is how it's worked. Everybody that saw me do this before know that I hit them numbers right on the head, like bow. So if anybody trying to tell y'all that it's gonna be around $30 million, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not gonna be $30 million, sir. It would be the steal of a lifetime if it was 35. That's what I want people to understand. If it's 35, it's the steal of a lifetime. If it's 35, if it's 36, it's a dope deal. Anything under $40 million is a deal. That's what I want everybody to understand about Pickens' value. That's what I want everybody to understand. Anything under 40 is a deal. So if you start getting leaks, I'm just getting y'all ready for this. If you start getting leaks, Pickens turned down $38 million. Don't be that fan that say, what the he not worth that. Don't be that fan that say he's not Justin Jefferson. He's not worth Justin Jefferson getting 35. Who does he think he is? Justin Jefferson? We got to remember, in today's cap, Justin Jefferson would be $41 million. That's why we got to know these numbers. That's why yesterday's price is not today's price. So when you start seeing them leaks and they trying to turn people against Pickens, and that's gonna be that, they gonna be trying to put that pressure on him. If he's holding with David, if he's sitting back like, do your job, I'm gonna stay away from I ain't going up to the facility. I'm not gonna answer the phone if Jerry call. I'm not going to training camp. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be cornered in a room with him where he trying to talk money with me. So I already know, stay away. I'm gonna be in Florida. I'm gonna be training. I'm not gonna be anywhere near the facility. So if he play it like that, they gonna be trying to draw him to the table. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be, that's what I'm saying, bro. Don't be surprised if some stuff come out. Don't be surprised. Let me tell you what type of shit you might see. You might actually get a video of what happened in Vegas. Hold on, let me turn off this music. See, when it get dirty, shit start just coming out of nowhere. See, people, I'm trying to get y'all ready for how this stuff work. See, when it get dirty, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, TMZ or some kind of way show the video of Pickens in a Vegas strip club with about 10 women, and they flood out. I'm just talking, y'all. I'm just talking. And they flood the hotel, and you see all the damage and all of that because it's making him look thuggish. Oh, y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for some accuser to just come out the blue when it's time to kind of tear down his image, devalue him, show you how scary, powerful people can be when tapes start showing up where they had private investigators on you and see, I be keeping it real, boy. I be keeping it real. Then all of a sudden the tape show up. Hey, it's a tape I heard that looked like you had an incident with a young lady, Des. If you want us to clean that up, since you're here. My boy say, what numbers you come up with? No, Henny, anything under 40 is a deal, bro. Anything under 40 is a deal. I swear to God. I just showed it. Like, I did the numbers. I did Jefferson numbers and CeeDee Lamb numbers, where when they signed the cap, the percentage of the cap that they took up on the average per year of that year's cap was around 13%. So then you take that and then you put that with the projected cap, which is right now 305. So then that comes out to 40. So that's telling you, if people say he's just as good as CeeDee Lamb, who was 13%, then that means Pickens is 40 right now. So if you pay him anything under 40, that's like saying he's under CeeDee Lamb. That's why people need to know the numbers. Because if you know what he's worth in today's cap, you would know what's fair when the rumors start leaking out. So because they gonna start, if it get dirty, they gonna start leaking out. Pickens turned down 38, and then everybody that had that 30 in the back of their mind, what they gonna start doing, right? What they gonna start doing? Everybody, I thought he wanted to do 30. Oh, Pickens, he trying to destroy the team. Ain't no one guy bigger than the team. See, you being greedy. You want $4 million more than CD. You greedy. And who you think you are, Justin Jefferson? Man, he ain't no. And then I'm telling you, that's when Cowboy fans gonna start turning on him. You gonna start watching people turn to zombies right before your eyes. The same people that was, oh, I love Pickens. They gonna start saying, man, fuck Pickens, man. Pickens, man, he greedy, bro. See, that's why I hate these rich players, man. These prima donna bastards. They gonna start saying, listen, everything I'm saying, I'm not lying on not one adjective. You go hear all of that. Greedy bastards, those Negroes. You go hear it all. You go see some people with some. You go hear it all. Yeah. See, they gonna start turning on them. I'm telling you. But if you know the numbers, you know what's fair. So if anything under 40, you could be like, bro, that's good, bro. Take that deal. Shit. That's basically CD. Hell you talking about? That's a great deal. What we talking about over here, bro? We boy ain't tripping. Pay that boy that, man. Give him that. See, a lot of y'all, cause y'all saw me rocking with Crosby, y'all think I don't like Pickens. Y'all got me messed up. See, y'all got me because y'all saw me pushing for Crosby. Y'all think I don't want him. No, that's not true. It's just only one player that I was willing to even consider trading him for. But other than that, I don't see nobody else even worth talking about. And if it's not Crosby, I'm over here like, pay that man 40 APY and pay that man. Let's go. I'm with that. Yeah, and I agree. Henny, I don't think they go shoot straight for that 40 though, bro. I don't think that's gonna happen. Not Jerry and them. Jerry and them go try to screw you over first. That's why they leaking out 30 right now. Why you think 30 out there? Man, they trying to play him, bro. They trying to play him. And it's a lot of fans already geared up because they already believing that the 30 is possible. So they already over there got their hopes up for 30. They like, oh, Pickens for 30, sign me up. And they like, and then when the real numbers start coming back and when they start saying, well, he turned down 36, he turned down 37. Boy, when he get up to 38, it's going to be an all-out shootout against Pickens. I'm telling y'all the truth. It's going to be an all-out shootout from Cowboy fans. I'm trying to get y'all ready for what's coming. I'm telling you. Because I've seen this so many times, bro. I've seen this with us that is predictable. See, let me tell you how I know some bullshit finna happen. Why are they leaking out that they likely getting ready to trade him, but this is the week they supposed to talk? What's up with that? Let me turn off the music and ask that question again. Y'all heard Stephen Jones today. Why are they even talking about the possibility of tagging him if you don't even know what the agent was going to present? So what is that saying? They already preemptively expecting some bullshit from David. I'm telling you, they over here like, bro, we already know David finna come in here with some bullshit, so we finna tag you. This is the signal they sending, boy. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all better listen. I'm telling you the truth. So they over here basically saying, since you want to send us to David and you don't want to talk to us yourself, let's go ahead and let you kind of feel this tag. Let's give you some uncertainty. Ooh, see y'all. Ooh. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Them boys gonna say, let's let you feel that. That's exactly what they gonna say. They gonna say, yeah, oh, so you gonna send us to David. You ain't gonna talk to us directly. All right, you gonna do it like that. Since you gonna do it like that, we tagging you. See, boy, see. I'm just letting y'all know what's coming, brother. You know what I'm saying? And so when y'all start seeing the bullets fly, y'all gonna say, damn, boss said that. You gonna say, damn. So let's just keep our eyes open, man. Keep your eyes open for like ugly reports, Vegas videotapes with him and CD in a jacuzzi. Maybe some real icky, ugly rumors that might show up out of the blue. Pickens, you know, his mama was on crack, you know, stuff like they did with Dez, and you know. It might be somebody that might show up from back in the day at the strip club. It might appear on one of them media platforms and have a carte blanche to give the whole accuser side of the story. And so I love Pickens. You better make sure you really love him. Ooh, I'm going in today. For all of man, I'll pay anything for Pickens. Well, get ready for $40 million. Just get ready. Don't turn on them when that price tag really show up. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, and somebody asked me a fair question. This is a perfect question to close out on. Perfect question. He said, do you think Pickens is going to walk, boss? I don't know, because I don't know him. That's why I gave two scenarios. So if he the type that's gonna say, David, do your work, give me the highest amount, I don't care how ugly it get, I'm down for the bag. So then, like, what you mean you down for the bag? You down for the bag? Yeah. So you willing to kick over some chairs to get up out of here? Hell yeah. So if I tell you basically to say you want to be traded, you go sign it? Hell yeah, I'm gonna sign it. All right, because see, we go get them to June. If they ain't responding to me by June, we go, cause see, my players don't play on tags, dog. My players don't. If you want the highest amount and they not returning my calls, we go get ugly. Shit, let's get into some gangster shit. Hold on, do I got that button? Damn, that'd be a perfect time to hit that button. Oh man, I hope I got that button in here, boy. Oh man, I needed that. We can handle this like some legitimate, boy. Yeah, let's get into some gangster shit. Let's go. If he like that, shit, it's gonna get ugly. I'm just being honest. Cause then Jerry and them go be like, I don't mess with the agent because I'm trying to get a better deal. They gonna be getting mad because they not returning their call. So they gonna be like, all right, we finna stoke the fires. We finna get so messy. It's gonna make it to where he have to trade you. Yeah. So then what's gonna happen? See, if that happens, which happens with a lot of David Mulugeta's clients, if he holding with David like, dog, I'm rocking. We can handle this like gentlemen, or we can get gangster. If he rocking with David, it could get ugly, bro. But if he over here like, man, I do have a limit, I would be cool with 38, 39. I don't want no ugly fight. I want to be a Cowboy. I'm enjoying these dudes. I like CD. I like Dak. This is a dope city. You know what I mean? I'm having a time of my life. You know, if that's the case, some kind of way, he gonna have to actually approach Jerry with his parameters. He gonna have to say, David is my agent, but I make the final decision. So if that's the case, that's why I keep telling people the only way out of this is likely team friendly. Because if he hold with David, that's going to likely make Jerry act a damn fool. Hold on, I got this clip that perfectly illustrates that Jerry is like that. Let me find it real quick. I found it. It's right here. See, so people think I just be talking. No, Jerry is real life gangster. Let me turn off this music. I want y'all to hear this. Listen to Jerry in regard to Pickens. Listen.
With George Pickens, how do you plan to approach those negotiations this time around in terms of direct contact versus the agent?
Gosh, you guys know me pretty well in here. I can be as whatever you want me to be. And I can be sweet, or I can be the other way too.
Ooh, see, people ain't peeping. See, people don't be cutting up this stuff like I do, man. I be peeping all the game, bro. That boy say, listen, y'all know me by now. Shit. Boy, that's talking like a straight PIMP. I'm dead ass on that. That's straight pimp talk. It's like Jerry got tired of playing with them. It's like, listen, let me just go and keep it real with y'all. Y'all know how I do business. I can be nice. If you come with me and you like, yeah, bro, yeah. But if you send me to your agent, I can get gangster. If you go just force me to the agent and you not go come man to man and talk to me ever.
With George Pickens, how do you plan to approach those negotiations this time around in terms of direct contact versus the agent?
Gosh, you guys know me pretty well in here. I can
Man, that dude looked at his fingernails, boy. Hold on, boy. So y'all better peep the player, Jerry. That boy Jerry said, hold on. Jerry looked at his fingernails like a player. That boy said, y'all know me by now. Ooh, Jerry won, boy. That boy looked at them fingers. Hey, bro, listen. I ain't playing, bro. I'm gangster about this shit. That boy said, man, y'all know me, bro. Y'all know me. Listen, I don't even feel like playing right now. I'm gonna just tell you straight. Y'all know me by now. I can handle this whole thing and be cool, or we can turn this thing like Micah. How y'all want to do it? Listen, I got Super Bowls. I want more, but ain't nobody gonna come in here and try to tell me how to run my shit. Okay? See, Jerry on that type of time. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be over here sending me to no agents. If y'all wanna, cause I might want to work out a deal with you, but you know, see, he principled like that. Like when it come down, like he get real slimy when it come down to these deals. So when you ask a perfect ass question like that one in the end, where he say, do you think he go? It depends on Pickens, bro. It really depends on.
Man, come here. Mr. Pretty Tony, I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose me. Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
You shade.
Ooh, that's Jerry. We can handle this like some class, or we can get some gangster. Then watch my. This is my favorite part of this clip. My favorite part of the clip, bro, is Richard Pryor when he had my boy back. Watch this.
Tree nigga. You ain't no pimp. You a rest haven for hoes.
Damn!
Go get her, Bob.
That boy say you a rest haven.
Bring the bitch here.
Go get her, Bob. Go get Pickens. Bring Pickens here. Bring Pickens here. This David Mulugeta right here.
Freeze, nigga, you wanna die?
Ooh, that's David Mulugeta. So y'all need to know who David is. That boy David said, freeze, nigga, you wanna die?
Pimp. You a rest haven for hoes. Go get her, Bob.
Go get
Bring
her.
the bitch here.
Freeze, nigga, you wanna die?
Ooh. So if you say, listen, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Say, I don't know what the temperature is. We gonna know the temperature when we start seeing these leaks. Hopefully it's no leaks. If it's no leaks, we good. Or it can be bad. You know, if you start seeing some leaks of what he turned down, it is now nasty. Because now they trying to turn the fans on him. If you start seeing icky stuff, just all of a sudden this reporter got some ick and some filth and somebody might come out the blue and say, you know, I've been hearing in the building that Pickens was a little bit disruptive. And I know it's been stories of his tardiness not being a big deal, but actually it was a bigger deal than what they put on. And front office has really been kind of low-key tired of his shit. From the insider. And then they go say, and then about 2 days later, they go say, did y'all hear the report that such and such said? And such said that, you know, Pickens has been more of a rest haven for hoes. So I'm just listening, you know, he's been a rest haven. His house, when he was in Vegas, him and CeeDee Lamb, they had a whole rest haven of whores. A whole rest haven. Like, hands down. And now we're starting to look deeper into him.
Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
You shade tree nigga. You ain't no pimp. You a rest haven for hoes.
Yeah, he had a rest haven full of those whores. Man, it's your boy Boss Show Me, bringing you another one, man. Listen, ain't nobody that's gonna follow this channel gonna be stupid. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to this type of content. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all all the time. Ain't no rest havens over here. But we gonna talk that real. We know what packages work. So man, y'all take it easy, man. It's your boy. Boss, show me. I'm out.
I be praying for you niggas too. Like, pray God, keep got you niggas waiting. Cause God know I slap one of you niggas at that. Yeah.
Independent gem, don't talk about labels unless you talking paints. Camo rap the vid, just pass Makitas. This